don't want to miss you.
Hi, welcome to Hazel's Heroes for October of 2000. I'm your host, Dr. Kathy Golinski, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you some of the wonderful elementary students we have attending the Hazel Park schools. In this first segment, you're going to get to meet some students who come to us from the Roosevelt and Ford elementaries, so let's start there. First of all, from Ford, we have this big guy, and your name is?
Collin.
Collin what?
Sayers.
Collin Sayers, you look absolutely stunning today. Do you always dress up this nicely?
No.
What do you like to usually wear to school?
Just kind of old clothes my mom gives me.
Kind of like jeans and t-shirt stuff?
Yeah.
They're probably a lot more comfortable, right?
Yeah.
But you look very handsome today, so we're glad you dressed up. Who's your teacher at Ford School?
Miss Fulton.
And she's what grade?
Second.
Now, in second grade, do you find things getting kind of tough?
A little bit.
What's your favorite subject?
Math.
And what are you doing in math right now?
Adding and subtracting.
Do you have to borrow and carry and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get to use number lines or little helpers?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's a good thing. If you were going to tell people what was really cool about Ford School, what would you tell, or I mean Roosevelt School, you don't want to tell them about Ford, right? What would you tell them?
I don't know.
What do you think is good about your school?
Well, I don't know what really is.
Are the kids okay?
Yeah.
Are the teachers pretty good?
Yes.
How about the principal?
Yeah.
See, you already named 3 good things, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're not at school, what do you like to do, Collin?
Play outside with my friends.
You play games or ride bikes?
We play games.
Pretty cool. Do you know why you were chosen as a Hazel hero?
No.
Well, your teacher said it's because you are very caring and intelligent and you're such a good helper for everybody else. Do you know what all that means?
No.
It means you're pretty nice to other people and you work really hard. Do you think that's good?
Yeah.
So do we. And I bet your mom's real proud of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did she say when she found out you were going to be a Hazel hero?
She told me, she asked me what I did, and I said I was very helpful to other kids that needed help.
That's right. And I bet she said she was very happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so are we. And we are very happy to meet you. Congratulations on being a Hazel hero. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do you know this young lady over here?
Yes.
How do you know her?
I heard her name from when Miss Dawson was calling the people from when we first started.
So she goes to your school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your name is?
Meagan Smith.
How you doing, Meagan?
Good.
Are you a little nervous?
No.
You look like you're very confident. Have you been on TV before?
No.
I think you could do just fine. You want to do my job?
No.
No? Who's your teacher at Roosevelt?
Mr. May.
And Mr. May teaches 3rd grade, right?
Yes.
What kind of things are you doing in 3rd grade so far this year?
Reading, mathematics, and spelling.
Bet he keeps you busy all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has Mr. May sung to you and played his guitar yet?
Yeah.
Does that make class fun?
Yeah.
Is he pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
So that we'll let him keep doing it.
Yeah.
Now, on your little information sheet that was provided for us, it said that you came to us from another school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And if you were going to tell us which school you liked, what do you like about Roosevelt?
The teachers are nice.
Teachers are nice. How about the kids?
They're nice too.
It's kind of hard, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When did you just start with Hazel Park this year?
Yeah.
So we're glad to have you, that's for sure. What do you like to do when you're not at school?
Play with my little sister.
And how old is she?
4.
So are you a nice big sister?
Yes.
I'm glad. Says you also like to do kickball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that at recess time?
Yeah, and I do it at home.
And you do it at home. Do you know why you were chosen as a Hazel Hero?
No.
No. It says because you're a wonderful, enthusiastic student. That's a pretty big word. Do you know what that means?
No.
It means that you just love to learn things and you're always excited about doing stuff in school. Is that true?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad. I hope you always stay that excited about being in school. That's a very special thing. Is your mom pretty happy about your being a Hazel Hero?
Yes.
What'd she say?
Why were you picked for Hazel Hero?
And what did you tell her?
I'm nice to other kids.
That's a pretty good answer. And we're very glad you were here today. Congratulations and welcome to Hazel Park. I'm going to travel around this side now and meet our students who come to us from the Ford School. And first we have this big guy here. And your name is?
Gilmore from Hazel Park.
And Matthew, you were selected as a Hazel Hero. And we want to hear about that story. But first of all, we want to hear who your teacher is.
My teacher is Miss Roosevelt.
And she's what grade?
5th grade, and she's from 25.
So you're in 5th grade now. Boy, doing a lot of hard work.
It's easy for me.
What kind of things are you doing, Matthew?
Math, social studies, science, DLL, and all that stuff.
And in math, what kind of things do 5th grade math students have to do?
Times, dividing, plus, digits, and like stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Do you do any fun stuff in science, like doing experiments and things?
We have done one experiment. It's with jawbreakers with water.
And what did you have to do with the jawbreakers?
We had to put them in 4 different places in the water.
And what happened?
All the colors went off, and there was this one pink color at the very end.
So you watched the different stages of the jawbreaker melting, right?
Yes.
Now, you were chosen for a very special reason to be a Hazel Hero, and every so often we have kids who do things that are just extraordinary. Do you want to tell us that story about why you were chosen?
So why not?
Go ahead. Oh, you're going to read it? Okay, go ahead and read the letter.
On August 28, 2000, Cecil Martin was working on a car, and the jack slipped and the car fell on him without even giving a second thought. Matthew Gilmore ran for help. Jonathon Martin was able to hold the car from rolling as the car was on a slope. A man came along and was able to jack the car up, and Cecil got out from under the car on home without the quick thinking of these 2 boys. Who knows what would happen to Cecil? As their mother, I'm very proud of these 2 boys. I'm also very thankful for Cecil as my husband, as I may have been making funeral arrangements instead of buying this slow. Thank you for your time.
That was a very nice letter from your mom, because you saved your dad when he got stuck under the car, correct?
Yes.
Who did you run to for help, Matthew?
That was Duvall, but she went to store, so since she was in the apartment, I went to the other apartments, but nobody saw there. I didn't go upstairs because that might take too much time.
And so you found the person was coming down the street?
No, you went back to ask my dad what should I do.
Oh, so you were able to help and get help for him. That was terrific. We are very proud of you. Congratulations on being a Hazel hero.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, okay?
You too.
Okay. And also from Ford School, we have this big guy. Your name is?
Jacob Wood.
How you doing today, Jacob?
Fine.
And you are in what grade?
5th.
My goodness. Who's your teacher?
Miss Gowan.
Okay, Miss Gowan's 5th grade. Do you do the same things that Matthew has to do?
Yes.
What's your favorite?
Social studies and science.
What do you like doing in social studies and science? Anything
I
particular?
like studying the regions and states in social studies, and in science we're learning about predators and prey and producers and omnivores and herbivores.
Are you going to do any fun projects with all that information?
We have. We've done a kind of like a food chain with a vegetable, and then animal that would eat the vegetable, and then another animal that would eat that animal, and then another one that would eat that one.
So did you have to draw these, or did you cut them out, or what?
We had to cut a square in 3 circles, and then we had to draw pictures on it.
Sounds like a fun way to learn the food chains, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us why you were chosen as a Hazel hero?
For setting an example in class and achieving goals.
What a wonderful answer. What does that mean to you when people say you set an example in the class?
Means that I've been doing good and being good.
And that other people should try to act like you do, correct?
Yeah.
You think school's kind of a fun place to be?
Yes.
I'm so glad to hear that. If you were going to describe your school to anybody who you ran into that didn't know Ford, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that it's a nice school. We have nice people there. Our aides are good to us, and our teachers are too. And we have some after-school activities and special activities during school.
I think you'd make a great advertiser for your school. You ought to tell Mr. Masserang I said that, okay? We are very proud that you're a Hazel hero. Your family proud of you too?
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that. We're here with these heroes, and we'll be back shortly with heroes from 2 of our other buildings. Stay tuned. We're back with students coming from 2 more elementaries, and this time you're going to meet individuals from the Hoover and Clark schools. First from Hoover, we have this lovely young lady. Your name is?
Breanna Pierik.
All right, Breanna, in a big voice, tell us who your teacher is.
Miss Morrison.
And Miss Morrison teaches 3rd or 4th this year?
4th.
So 4th grade. Boy, you have a lot to do this year, don't you?
Yeah.
What did Mrs. Morrison tell you were going to have to do? She talk at all about that?
No.
No? She didn't prepare you for what all the tasks are and the MEEP exams coming up and all those kind of things?
She sort of talked about MEEP.
Yeah, MEEP's a big thing for you this year. Tell me what you've been doing so far at Hoover.
I've been doing math, social studies, science, and everything else.
Math, social studies, and science. What's your favorite of those 3?
Math.
And so in math in 4th grade, what kind of things do you have to do if you were going to describe it to somebody?
We're sort of like talking about money and everything, and we rated multiplication and division.
Have you had to do any fractions yet?
No, not yet.
How about all the measuring things that you have to do? Did you do some of that?
No.
Not this year anyway, right? So Tell me what is the best thing about your room this year?
I don't know.
You can't think of anything that you like about your class?
The kids.
That's a good answer. How many kids are in your class?
Like 21.
So you have a nice small size class this year, right? 21 kids. You get a lot done.
Yeah.
So what kind of fun things is Mrs. Morrison doing with you? Any projects?
No.
No. You know, Mrs. Morrison's a friend of mine. I'm going to have to get on her. If you're not having fun, we better talk.
I'm having fun.
Oh, okay. I just want to be sure. Do you know why you were chosen as a Hazel hero?
Yeah, I was being good in school and showing a good improvement.
Showing great improvement. And what were you working really hard to improve? Kind of everything?
Yeah.
So, what do you like to do when you're not in school? I bet you're not this quiet when you're not in school, right?
Right.
What do you like to do?
I like to play basketball and play tag or something.
Just play.
Yeah.
Are you on the basketball team?
Yeah.
Did you play all different positions?
Not really. I played front and back so far.
Think you're going to stay on the team?
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, we're very glad that you are a hardworking example of a youngster who can do really well when you try hard, right?
Right.
Congratulations on being a hero.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also from Hoover School, we have
Jonathon
Jonathon what?
Fisher.
Jonathon, what grade are you?
First.
So, first grade. Is this kind of scary being in first grade this year?
No.
Do you think you have to work really hard?
Yeah.
Who's your teacher?
Mrs. Mako.
Mrs. Mako. What kind of things does Mrs. Mako make you do?
Math.
What kind of math are you doing right now, Jonathon? Doing like the pluses?
Yeah.
Do you use the little animals to count with, like the dinosaurs?
No.
The little pigs? You don't need to count with them anymore? Good for you. You must be doing really well. What do you like very best about your class?
Friends.
That's very important, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you have a really good friend?
No.
Just a whole bunch, right? You did something that was also very special that helped you be chosen as a Hazel hero. Can you tell us what that was?
Stop the fire.
Tell us a little bit about what was happening. Who were you with?
My grandparents.
And you were going someplace, right? Where?
The bowling alley.
And so you're with your parents going to the bowling alley, and what did you see?
A fire
Where?
at our school.
And the fire was in...
The dumpster.
And so you saw the fire in the dumpster. What did you do?
I called the fire department.
And did you stay and see what they did?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
They got the fire was up higher than the roof when they got there. They were able to get the fire out.
My goodness, and what did they say to you? Anything? Well, we're very pleased that you were able to do that because you know what? You kind of helped save Hoover School, didn't you? Did anybody in your class say anything to you? Well, we think you're a very special young man, and we are very happy that you were there to take care of things for us. Congratulations on being a hero.
Thank you.
We're moving around now to two young ladies who are coming from Clark School. First we have...
Jennifer VanderVeer.
How you doing today, Jennifer?
Good.
You look all pretty and spiffy in your pink. Do you always dress up like this?
No.
Mom made you do it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad she did because you look just lovely. Tell me a little bit about being at Clark School.
It's fun
Why?
because there is a nice principal and nice teachers.
And your teacher this year is?
Mrs. Thomas,
So that's what grade?
4th.
So Mrs. Thomas is teaching 4th grade. She making you do a lot of writing this year?
Kind of, not a lot.
Because that's a real important part of what's coming up for the MEP exams.
Yep.
How about science things?
She's done a couple of science experiments.
Can you remember one?
Not really.
I'm glad it was so memorable. How many students are in your class this year?
25.
So you have kind of an average size class.
Yep.
Think you're getting enough work done?
Yeah.
Should we do more?
Mhm.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. If you were the teacher, what would you have kids do all day?
Math.
Just math?
Yep.
How come?
'Cause I love math.
Oh, not because they need it.
No.
Okay. So somebody else can teach reading some other time, right?
Yeah.
Well, I hope maybe you are a teacher someday. Tell us a little bit about why you were selected as a Hazel hero.
I wrote to the Harry Potter book because they had a mess up in their typing, and I was honest.
What did you tell them?
I told them that they should make a soft cover and fix that problem.
And what happened?
I think they fixed it.
They sent you a letter back, didn't they?
Yeah.
And what did the publisher tell you?
He said thank you for sending us this letter, and we'll give you a poster in return.
And that they were going to do a new book, right?
Yep.
Well, that was very astute of you. How did you know it was an error?
Because, I don't know.
You just knew it.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you did, because it just points out what good students we have here in Hazel Park, right?
Mhm.
When you're not at school, what do you like to do?
Play Nintendo and watch TV.
Boy, that sounds like an average student to me. Little time off.
Yep.
Do you have a fun summer?
Not really. It's kind of boring.
So you're glad to be back at school.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're there too, because you're a very special student. Congratulations on being a hero.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, last but not least from Clark, we have...
Julianne Jacobs.
How you doing today, Julianne?
Good.
Can you tell us who your teacher is?
Mr. Presson, 5th grade.
So 5th grade, Mr. Presson, what kind of things are you doing in 5th grade?
We do a lot of social studies and a lot of math. We don't do a lot of reading, but we do read out of this one book. It's called Sign of the Beaver.
And is that like a reading text with different stories in?
No, it's all one story about an Indian and a white boy that they were best friends, and his dad, the white boy's dad, left him there so he could go get his family because they built a cabin.
And you're only partway through the story?
We're almost done.
So what do you think's going to happen?
I think, Atian, he's the Indian. He's having his Manitou, and I think he's gonna pass it. It's where when you turn 13, then you become a man, and they put him on these poles, and I think he's gonna pass it, but I think they're gonna still be best friends, and I think Matt's gonna have a Manitou so they can keep best friends.
That sounds like it'd be a nice ending, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So really, though you're reading in this novel about the Indian, you're probably also accomplishing a lot of goals like social studies and some of the science things, don't you think?
Yes.
Some of the history things.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. I think that's why the story was chosen. How many kids are in your class this year?
30.
So you have a big group. You're probably one of the very few because we have a lot of small classes this year.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about why you're a Hazel hero.
Because whenever we have breakfast, well, we have it every day, but whenever I go, I always help the little kids open up their milk and get started eating. And Miss Ross and Mr. Randall, Mr. Randall's a custodian, and Miss Ross, runs the lunch and breakfast. They said they couldn't do it without me.
And I think they're right. So what kind of things do you do for the little kids?
I like help them open up their milk cartons and help them get started eating.
It's kind of hard to do all that if you're little, right?
And I also help them throw away their stuff when it's too heavy for them.
So is that kindergarten kids that you're helping?
Yeah, kindergarten, first and second.
Well, that's a very nice thing. Are you on the service squad?
Yes.
So is that your assignment?
Yeah, I have to bring the preschoolers down to our latchkey.
So you have a couple of jobs.
Yeah.
Well, I think you are a wonderful example of a Hazel hero, and I'm very proud of you. Is your family happy?
Yes.
What'd Mom say?
She said she's very happy of me, and then that's my first time ever being a Hazel hero. And she hopes my sister be's one sometime.
Well, I hope so too. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be back shortly with a few more heroes to introduce you to. We're now back with some students who come from United Oaks and Edison schools. So first from United Oaks we have...
Patrick Isaac.
How you doing today, Patrick?
Good.
Patrick, United Oaks, you're the first representative from UO this year. So what would you like us to know about what's happening at United Oaks School this year?
Just events, a fundraiser.
Like what?
Candy fundraiser for Christmas, and we're doing science projects and things like that, and the Jason project's gonna happen soon.
Jason Project is something kind of new for a lot of people. So can you tell us what that is?
It's like a thing where you study about something. Like this year it's gonna be on Hawaii, so we're gonna study on Hawaii.
So in the past it was one about space, and then we had one under the oceans, correct?
Yeah.
So this year they're doing all phases of land and sea over in Hawaii?
Yeah.
And what makes Jason and studying about Jason different?
I don't know.
You don't know? Jason brings together scientists from all over the world, correct?
I think so.
Yes, it does. And when the scientists are there working, there's a live computer hookup so that students all over the country can participate directly with the scientists. You can ask them questions and they'll answer you, and you can watch what they're doing.
Yeah, that happened this year and last year.
And what do you remember about the last one?
We went to the auditorium at VanderVeer High School, and there was just like one race against some people, and then we watched this one presentation.
And so you could see the actual guys working underwater last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, tell me who your teacher is.
Mrs. Folger?
And so that's 5th grade?
Yeah.
So in 5th grade, you also have a lot of other things to do besides the Jason Project. What else are you working on?
We're doing science, social studies. We're gonna study about we're studying about explorers and goods and services, things like that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's your very favorite thing to do?
Spelling.
You good at it?
Yeah.
You do something very special at your school for another student, and that's what got you selected as a Hazel Hero. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, there's this girl. She came from Iraq, and she doesn't really know how to speak English, so I just translate to the teacher and tell her what to do.
Is she learning some new words now?
Yeah, she knows how to read some things.
How do you feel about doing something like that?
Good.
Does it make you feel pretty proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Do you think it's kind of difficult when you know 2 or 3 different languages and have to translate?
Kinda.
If you were going to make a suggestion, would you think all kids should learn a couple of different languages?
I think it would be more fun to know how to speak like different languages.
I think you're right. I think it's a good idea. So we'll make that suggestion, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like to do when you're not working at school?
Rollerblade, watch TV, play basketball, and ride my bike.
Busy guy.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you keep up the good work, Patrick. It's been a pleasure meeting you, and congratulations on being United Oaks Hazel Hero.
Thank you.
You're welcome. From Edison School, we get to meet this young man. Your name is?
Mike August.
How you doing today, Mike?
Mike, M-A-I-K.
I'm sorry, Mark. Very good. I read it wrong myself. Tell me about Edison School.
I like the kids that go there, and I like my teacher,
Who is your teacher?
Mrs. Anderson.
And so Mrs. Anderson is third grade?
Yeah.
In third grade, you're starting to do some social studies and science kinds of things, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What have you been doing?
I'm learning about Indians and explorers.
Anybody you can remember?
No.
Nope. A lot of kids in your class this year?
21.
That's,
But it would be 22 with me there.
oh, because you're here, there's only 21.
Uh-huh.
Well, 22 is a good small class. Think that helps you learn better?
Yeah.
So, what would you tell people about Edison? What's your very favorite thing?
Science and math.
What do you like in science?
Learning about things.
Doing experiments?
Yeah.
Do you remember any that you've done?
I remember I did one on how to make ice cream.
Oh, did you get to eat it when you were done?
Yeah.
That makes it memorable. Can you tell us why you were chosen as a Hazel Hero?
Because I was helpful and I help people and I'm nice.
I think those are all wonderful characteristics. You are a very special person because your teacher said you're also a very good listener. That's a pretty neat thing to hear about a young person. That's hard to do. And it says that you have done a wonderful thing and you are a pleasure to have in third grade. That's a very nice tribute. Have you said anything to your teacher about why did she select you?
No.
I think you should. I think that's a nice thing for a teacher to say about someone. It's pretty special. What do you like to do when you're not there at Edison?
Stay at the park.
Which park?
Edison.
Oh, right in back of the school?
Yeah.
You got some new stuff to play on, too. What's there?
A slide, and two more slides, and one of them things you hold on to and then go slide wheels on the top, and the thing you hold on to and someone else goes on and you will spin.
A merry-go-round kind
No.
of thing?
No, it's up in the air.
Oh. So is it a good thing having all that new playground equipment?
Yeah.
Sounds like you're having a good time. Congratulations on being a Hazel Hero. We're glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also from Edison School, we have this young lady. Your name is?
Brittany Duvall.
How you doing today, Brittany?
Good.
Now, you heard your buddy's explanation about Edison School. What would you say if you were doing the advertisement for Edison?
I'd say that we have a lot of good teachers and we do neat project with all the classes, and I like to read to the kindergartners.
How did you get to learn to read to the kindergartners?
It's a program called Reading Buddies, and we go to the kindergartners and they pick out a book for us to read to them.
So you do it one-on-one with one child?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not reading to the whole class.
Yeah, we just do it with one child. We have partners for each week.
Do your partners change?
No, we just keep the same one every week.
Oh, that sounds like a nice plan. You do something else over at Edison called Character Counts.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Well, the teacher who nominated me, Miss Mara, is the one who runs all that, and it's the character traits like respect and responsibility, and we get a ribbon every month, and at the end, when it's for the Memorial Day parade, we get to march in the parade.
And what does Character Counts mean? What kinds of things do you do in your building to help kids learn what the different characters are?
Well, you show trust and respect and responsibility, and you're basically nice to everyone.
You have signs up around your building, don't you? And your teachers do different lessons on the different characters.
Yeah.
So you kind of work on them. Do you ever do any written projects on them?
Yeah, Mr. Cox wants us to turn in a paper every month on one of the ones that we choose, one of the characters that we choose.
And how many are there?
8 or 9.
Yeah, I think there are 8. So you were selected as a hero, but we heard that Mrs. Mara did that, and she's the Title I resource teacher, correct?
Yep.
Who's your regular teacher?
Miss Babcock,
And that's what grade?
6th.
So in 6th grade, you've got a whole year to have a good time being the oldest in the building. How does that make you feel?
Excited.
And are you nervous about what happens after this year?
Not really, because my family will help me.
That's wonderful. What a nice answer.
Thank you.
What else would you like us to know about Brittany?
Well, I like to go bowling with my family, and I like to play with my pets, and I like to write.
You like to write? What do you write?
Imaginative stories.
So you write whole stories. Very good. You into poetry at all?
No, I just like to write the books to people, like letters, stuff like that.
Do you ever get to read them to your kindergarten buddies?
Yeah, we wrote a letter to them last year, and then we got to read it to them.
Well, that sounds like a nice plan. I am very pleased to have met you today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll be back. We have 2 more heroes to meet. We're back with first graders now from both the Webster School and Longfellow School. And on my left here, this lovely young lady, your name is?
Amber.
Amber what?
Gerhold.
Amber Gerhold, what school do you go to?
Webster.
And who's your teacher?
Miss O'Hanian.
Miss O'Hanion's first grade. How is it to be in Miss O'Hanion's first grade? What do you do? When you come in the morning, what's the first thing you have to do?
We have to put away our clothes
And then what do? You go to your seat.
and put away our backpacks in our desk.
Okay, and then when you're all done putting things away and Miss O'Hanion's taken attendance, then what do?
We have to wait nicely.
And are you a good example waiting nicely?
Yes.
I bet you are. What do you do after you're waiting for Miss O'Hanion and then she does some different learning things with you? What do you do? Can you remember any?
Math.
And are you doing adding with math? You doing any subtracting or takeaways yet? Just working on the adding part, right?
Yep.
And do you get to use the little animals and piggies and things to do that counting?
No.
You have to do it all by yourself? Wow, that's getting tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep you busy. How about reading? What kind of things are you doing there?
We're singing Mr. Sun.
You're singing Mr. Sun, so you're doing the alphabet people, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what the alphabet people are all about? Because some people might not know. What's an alphabet person? What is that? Does Miss O'Hanian blow them up and hang them up in your room?
No.
No? What does she do with them?
She doesn't put them nowhere. She has a piece of paper that she has them on.
Oh, but you sing songs about them?
Uh-huh.
That sounds like a lot of fun. What's your most fun thing to do every day?
Sing Mr. Sun.
You sing the song? What do you do the rest of the day? Do you remember? Like, what happens after lunch? What do you get to do then?
We have to go in and be quiet so we can start working.
And what kind of work do you do? Do you remember?
No.
It's hard to remember when you're not there, right?
Yeah.
What do you like to do when you're not at school?
Play outside.
You like to play outside, and on your sheet it says you like to play a game called hopscotch.
Yep.
How do you do that? Can you tell us?
You have to hop on one foot and then you have to hop on two.
And do you have to count when you do that?
No.
You just throw the little piece on the numbers?
Yeah.
Are you pretty good at it?
Yeah.
Are you still nervous, Amber?
No.
No, good. I'm glad to hear you're warming up here, right?
Yeah.
You were telling me that you don't always dress up this pretty. What do you like to wear to school if you're not all dressy like this?
Blue jeans.
Blue jeans and t-shirts?
Yeah.
They're more comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, you look very nice like a young lady today, so I'm glad that you're all dressed up.
Thank you.
You know why you were chosen as a hero, Amber?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I help staple the newsletters.
When school was opening, right?
Yeah.
Tell us what you had to do.
I had to staple a yellow one and a white one together.
And who did all those sheets go to?
Miss Glasgow.
Yeah, Miss Glasgow, the secretary, and they went out to all the kids in the building, right?
Yep.
So you were a big help. Miss Glasgow was very happy that you were there, and that's why you were nominated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're very happy to have met you today, Amber. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We have our last student for October to introduce to you, and your name is?
Brandon.
Brandon what?
Holowatyj.
Brandon, what school?
Longfellow.
And you're also in first grade, so who's your teacher at Longfellow?
Miss Gordado.
Miss Gordado. Now, Miss Gordado keep you pretty busy?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
She makes us do math a lot, and we had to do science with our reading buddies a lot, and we had to read.
Tell us what your reading buddies is. What's that all about?
Reading.
Do you have a buddy from your own class or from a different class? How does that work?
From a different class.
Like the bigger kids?
Yeah.
So they come down and listen to you read, or do they read a story to you?
They read a story to me. And sometimes I have to read the words.
So do you get to pick the stories?
Yeah.
What kind do you like?
I don't know.
Just any kind?
Yeah.
So in Miss Gardado's class, what else do you have to do? What are you doing in reading?
We read a lot of words. We have to spell. And we sound out words.
You working on any writing?
Yeah.
So you're just working on writing the letters, or do you have to write whole sentences now?
Whole sentences.
Now, did you do half-day kindergarten last year or whole day?
Whole day.
You think that was a good idea?
Yeah.
What did you do that was fun?
Play reading. Play school. And learn how to read.
So they kept you busy last year, huh? Do you know why you were chosen this year, Brandon, as a Hazel hero?
Yeah.
Why?
Climbed in the window and helped Mrs. Blatch.
That kind of doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Can you tell us why Mrs. Blatch couldn't get into her house?
Because I was locked out. She was locked out.
And so you saw she was locked out and you went to help?
Yeah.
And what did you do?
Get a ladder and helped her in.
Got a ladder and you found there was an open window, right?
Yeah.
And so then you went in the window.
Yeah.
And what did they tell you to do?
Lock the door. Unlock the door.
And so you let them get into their house, right?
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool thing. But you're not going to do that just for anybody, right?
No.
That was because they asked you to, correct?
Yeah.
So glad to hear that. What do you like to do when you're not at school?
Play with my friends, ride bikes, have races on our bikes, skateboarding. That's it.
You seem like you're a pretty busy, active guy. I think you'll have a lot of fun at school, don't you?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm very pleased that you were a hero. Congratulations on being here. Okay?
Okay.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. I think you've met some wonderful students in this round. Please stick with us because we're going to bring the students back one more time to receive all of their awards from the superintendent. Stand by. In this segment, we have one more opportunity for you to see our Hazel Heroes for October, while our superintendent, Mr. Jim Anker, gives them their certificate, and our assistant superintendent, Dr. Mayo, gives them their t-shirt and certificates from local businesses for wonderful little coupon awards. So, Mr. Anker, you're on.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to all of them. First student, Collin Sayers. Collin. Congratulations, Collin. Good job. Meagan Smith. Meagan. Well done. Good job. Matthew Gilmore. Matthew, way to go. You want to take this one too. Jacob Wood. Congratulations, Jacob. Breanna Pierik. Good job, Breanna. Jonathon Fisher. Well done there, Jonathon. Jennifer VanderVeer. Good going, Jennifer. Julianne Jacobs. I'm sorry. Congratulations, Julianne. Patrick Isaac. Well done there, Patrick. Mark August. Good going, Mark. Brittany Duvall. Congratulations, Brittany.
Thank you.
Amber Gerhold. Amber, nice going. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brandon Holowatyj. Congratulations there, Brandon. Good job.
It was certainly our pleasure on behalf of the Hazel Park Schools and the Hazel Park Lions Club that sponsored this program to bring you the Hazel Heroes for October. We hope that you'll watch for us in November when you'll have an opportunity to meet some of the other outstanding students from the Hazel Park Elementary Schools. Thanks for watching.
Know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies, please.